can finish that. Well, provided the solution that we get from that be 31 point something, I think that will be fine. Now, if you get 31 point something, that will be fine. Now, let's look at another area. Of course, it's the same frequency distribution. Now, using these intervals, but assuming that the intervals we are using now, they are the inequality intervals. Let's look at that inequality, and then thereafter we see another area. Assuming we have got something like the inequality distribution. So, in other words, distribution with inequalities. Assumption is having distribution with inequalities. Distribution, frequency distribution with inequalities. Inequalities. For example, assuming that we have got this frequency distribution table, our assumption is that we have got this distribution. Assuming we have the following distribution table, assuming that we have the following frequency distribution table. So in this frequency distribution table, it is concerning mass in kilograms. We have mass in kilograms, assuming that we have got that mass in kilograms against the frequency. Let's assume, which is your F. Assume we are looking at that with inequalities. And the inequalities are something like 40 less or equal to m less than 50. 40 less or equal to m less than 50. Assuming that. And then we want that one. Assuming that that is 5. The frequency is 5. And we have got another one which is 50 less or equal to m less than 60. 50 less or equal to m and 60. And again we have that to be like 10. Let's say that is 10. And we have another one which is 60 less or equal to m less than 65. 60 less or equal to m less than 65. And this is 9. 9. And we have another one which is 60 less. No, we have got another one which is 65 less or equal to m to 70. 65 less or equal to m less than 70. Assuming that is 11, that is 11. And we have another one 70 less or equal to m, that's the mass, less than the 85. And this is 15. Let's put it like that. Work out the mean. That is 15. Work out the mean for the distribution. So the question is, work out the mean for the distribution. Let's work out the mean for this distribution. We are looking at that in terms of inequality now. That here, 40 is inclusive, but 50 is not inclusive. But this 50 is inclusive here, is you are including 50. It means the numbers here will be 40 to 49, right? Right? 40 to 49. Here is going to be 50 to 59. Because the moment you are not putting that, you are, this means 60 to 64, right? So assuming we have that, and we want to find the mean. So what you can do is, you need to come up with another table where you have what's called the mean value. So you need to come up with another table, and this table is this one, mean value Add the mid value, and you have got the frequency, which is your F, mid value. You have the frequency, and you have the F. Mid value, which is your X, and you have Fx in. That's what we do. The mid value here, if you look at the mid value, you are taking 40 plus 50 divided by 2, which is your 40, which is your 45, right? Because 40 plus 50, 90. 90 divided by 2, 40 what? 45. The frequency is what? 5. They define here. This times that. You get the answer here. Here, 60, 50, and 60. Add the 2 divided by 2. So 110 divided by 2, which is 55. So here is 55. Here, 10, 550. Here is 5, 20, 22, something like that. Right? Do the same, you do the same up to the last one. You do the same, you do the same. Then add your frequency here. Then add your f of fx. Find the mean by doing sum of fx divided by sum of f for this one. You can do it. You can do it at your own time. You can do that at your own time. Right? Assuming you. So you can do that. Make sure that what you get out of that. I will get something to do with 64 point something. I think you get something like 64 point something out. Is that be correct? 64 point something. This is 64.85. That be fine. 64.85 kilograms. That will be fine. When you get everything, how do you do it and then verify that your solution should be 64 point something. You verify at your own time. Right? You get it? Let me continue. Let me just finish because I want those the weekend where I stopped with them. I want again to stop with you there. Let me now continue the last part that I want you to know. The last part is about what to define another area, and this is the weighted mean. Let's look at the way weighted mean. Can I raise? Good. Let's look at weighted mean. Let's finish off today by looking at what is called the weighted mean. Weighted mean. When this way of weighted mean, actually mostly is used by those people, those people who set exams, examination bodies like MANEM or whichever, they use what is called the weighted mean. They use the weighted mean. They have got their own standards, they have their own bar, that if one reaches it there, it means that I think it is fine. So they have got what is called the weighted mean. So in such situations where you have got that, for you to calculate mean, you have to use those percentage for the weighted mean until you get the required results. Let me give you an example. An example of weighted mean. An example. I think you get it from the example. The weighted mean. As I have already said, it's to do with the exams. A candidate obtained the following results at MSCE. A candidate obtained the following results at MSCE, mathematics examination. And the results were as follows. Paper 1, that's MSc Maths, mathematics. Paper 1, this one got 72%. got 72%. Paper 2, she got 64%. 64%. And coursework, she got 73%. 73%. A student at MNC got those results. But now, we are just assuming that's the assumption. The regulations state that the two papers, the regulations from the money, they are saying that the two papers, paper 1 and paper 2, they weighted it, they ranked it equally. It counted for 80%. Paper 1 and paper 2, they counted equally this one, they rated this one equally to be 80%. But this one, paper 3, those people, the owner of the exams, they rated the coursework it to be 20%. They rated it 20%. Okay. They rated it 20%. The question is, what was the candidate final mark? The question is, what was the candidate final mark? What was the candidate final mark? Let me just explain a little. How many minutes to go? How many minutes to go? 5. All right. Let me just explain what I'm trying to say. This girl, the man set exams. Paper 1, paper 2, paper 3. But you know, paper 1, paper 2, paper 3, these papers are set differently. And if one is tackling paper 1, mostly paper 1 is a little bit easier than paper 2, but they ranked it 100%. And paper 2, which is very difficult, they ranked it 100%. Even if it is practical can be again ranked 100%. But if you look at these 3 papers, the way they are different papers in terms of toughness. The one is tough, the tough, other one. So it's simple, sort of like that. But they rank to be 100. So the owner, those guys, the money people, they weigh the paper based on how tough it is. So paper 1 and paper 2, they rank it 80% equally, which means the first one, if they rank it 80%, it means this one, paper 1, they rank this one 40%, and again this one they rank it 40 what? Percent. Together it is 80%. But this one they rank it 20%. That if somebody guesses this, is fine. If somebody guesses that, is fine. If somebody guesses that, is fine. So they rank it like that one. So they are saying, what was the candidate final mark? In other words, this is more or less like they are making you wrote paper 1, you wrote paper 2, you wrote paper 3, then they ranked the same. Each and every candidate, what they want is they want the final mark. What was the final mark for the student? What was this student, how did she get as the final mark? Now, to find that, what you do is you actually use weighted ranking. Right, I'll give you method number 1. Method 1. Method 1, what you normally do, you take this and you rank them as ratios. So you rank them, you say 40 to 40 to 20. Rank them as ratios. So when you write them as ratios, you will notice that this is 4 to 4 to 2, which is the same as 2 to 2 to 1. 2 to 1 as ratios. Then, these ratios are the ones that we are going to multiply. So if you by that, this one you multiply by that, this you multiply by that. So what you do is, what you actually do is going to be 72 multiplied by 2 as the ratio plus 64 multiplied by 2 plus 73 multiplied by 1. The answer you are getting it from there, you divide by 2 plus 2 plus 1. The ratios here. So if you work out that, you will notice that. So you will notice that the top is 300 will be 345 divided by 5. 345 divided by 5. Look at this one. 345 divided by 5, and you will notice that the final grade, the final mark is 69. So you notice that the final mark for this scale is 69. So the final mark for the scale is 69. Let me explain again. Maybe you have missed that. What I'm saying is examinations. But the way they run the money in their exams is quite different, because papers, one paper is a little bit cheaper, easier, put it up, right? They are my passing around. So they rank around it. If this one they rank it. So paper 1 is this girl got 72, but the money ranked it to be 40. Paper 2, 64. They ranked it to be like that. Paper 3, course weight was 73. They have the way you do it here, you have got course weight. You know the way they say exams 60%, right? Course weight 40%, right? The way they do it. Because if you look at these papers, they are quite different. Right? This is going to be very difficult, but you might there, right? That's why you are ranked like this one. That's what. So what we are supposed to do, we are supposed to give the percentage. We are supposed to weight. If it is the 40, let's weight this one. If it is this one, let's weight it like this. So the money people, they weight paper. So if you look at this one, they weighted this one and this one to be having the same equal weight. But this one, they weighted it without the JBC marks. So they weighted it with the 20%. Right? But they are saying, what was the final mark? So to find the final mark, what you do is, you can find the ratios of that one. Either you find ratios, or if you don't find ratios, just take these ones. Instead of just take this. Take this, multiply by that, this times that, this time. If you multiply that one, what you are getting the top again. It's the same. What you have to do is just to take, it's the same as saying 72 multiplied by what? 40 plus 64 multiplied by what? 40 plus 73 multiplied by what? 20. The answer you are getting, you divide by 40 plus 40 plus 20. That's what it means. The answer you are getting here, it is your final what? Your final mark, your final grade. In short, I want to write something. You're done? I wanted to finish off. In short, you can write down this statement here. Come, madam, write down this statement here on the board. In short, what they are done here. Can you work out whether what I'm saying is true? Find out whether it is going to be 69 here. Tama can work out whether it's going to be 69 there. Work out here whether what I'm saying is true. Work out whether that can be true. The answer is the same. The answer is the same, 69. It means the final grade for this one, it was 69. So like your exams, final end of semester, you have got marks, the grades are marks. So the way they do it, wait. We give final grade to have at least upper marks, the semester, the exams. The coursework, at least you can write it down so you can do the same and find out what will be the final grade. So that's how the mandate do it. In order to find the final grade for particular subject. So the final grade for this one was 69. So next week when we meet, we'll be looking at other areas very interest on variability of data and form of range, standard deviation, and range, standard deviation, and how we find standard deviation. There is where standard deviation of and range of standard deviation of grouped data, standard deviation of ordinary data. Then you can find out that next week. So next week we'll do those issues, standard deviation of that, and then we see so that is right. We can stop quickly there. We can stop quickly there. There are plenty of things that are supposed to be there. So next week I will cover a lot of them again. We'll be covering at least, we have to be covering at least later on. We have just done just a little, but next week we just have to do